Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Power Network. I'm Amy. Today we have a new series for you, the Feral Files, because I'm pretty much outraged with everything that's been going on. And so I thought, what a perfect name, the Feral Files. And it has to do with we are taking a look at missing cases that have shown up in the Epstein Files. First up today is JonBenet Ramsey. John Ramsey has quickly come out to poo-poo this and says, no, no, no. He's disclaiming that she's in the files. It seems weird to so quickly dismiss something and not ask for further examination. But did you know that there is a PDF island that is related to the Oakland County Child Unaliver? And guess where the Ramseys were flying off to that Christmas morning? Michigan, Oakland County, Michigan. Well, they weren't flying to Oakland County, but they were flying to Michigan. Okay, so I've got Amy Boston here with me. She's been covering the case for a while. Let's dive in. I'm rolling the intro while the algorithm brings in the rest of the power crew. Shout out to my replay crew and my dragonflies because I love you, babies.
Cavalier's drumming his old guitar again. Words rolling out into our fire. If heaven had wings, I would steal them and fly away with you for a while. Hearing the essence of gratitude, your dreamy little smile on my lips. I miss my cue, but baby, I had you. Miss my cue, but I had you for that day.
Here in the blue and in the essence of gratitude, I am so happy to be back here with my power crew. I know I've been a little MIA lately, but I've been healing and just regenerating myself, and I'm so happy to see you here. And I'm also really excited because I have my good friend Amy Boston with me. Hi, Amy.
Hello, everybody. Happy Friday.
Oh, that's right. It's Friday.
It
Friday's
is.
my most favorite day.
Yes. I'm excited to be talking about this topic with you. This is the first time I'm discussing it out in the wild. And who better to do it than with you,
Yeah. Well, I knew that like when we first collabed together, you said that you were covering the JonBenet case. So I knew I wanted to do it with you. Being like more, I'm not saying that I'm not familiar with it, but I wouldn't say I've covered it as much as you have. No, I haven't even lightly covered it as much as you have. So I'm really happy that you were free. How are you feeling? Are you
I
feeling
feel
good?
great. I feel
Good.
great. Yeah.
Good. You look great.
Thanks.
Me
Thanks.
too.
I'm feeling good. I'm
Good, good,
going to
good.
lie a little bit more. Just like, it's just sore.
Yeah.
But
Well, I
other
mean,
than that,
your body's been through a lot, so I'm
yeah.
really happy that you're doing well. The other day I did a live and I had this hat on and I have these red, like they're like cat sunglasses. And after I was done, they gave me these huge, like pointed eyebrows. And I thought, oh my gosh, when next time I do a Lauren turd, you know what I'm dressing up as.
Oh my God. I went over her. I heard that you were talking about her on Web Sleuths.
Uh-huh.
One of the viewers told me about it. Oh, Amy is worth getting into after the Epstein stuff. But oh my God.
Yeah, well, we're gonna take a look at some web sleuths today because you know how Trisha, she just like hates
She's a
John
hateful little
Ramsey.
thing. Mm-hmm.
But I kind of, after looking into what we're about to talk to today, I'm not like too thrilled with John Ramsey either. So
Right.
I can get with that.
Yeah, I do. I think I'll just put this out there in the beginning. Do I think that he did something to his daughter himself physically? No, but I have a feeling he knows who did. So
That's how
what's
I
worse?
feel.
What's worse, the chicken or the egg, right?
Mhm. Yeah, that's actually pretty much from what I've seen. And I do wanna okay, let's just get into it. All right.
Yeah.
So, where do we start? Let's start the algorithm dance party and just warm up your fingers and dance them right up to the hearts and thumbs up button for Amy Boston and Amy me. And, just show the love. It helps us go out into the algorithm party out there. Today we're coming to you on Amy's channel, Unsolved Amy Boston.
Right.
We're also on the Power Network. We're also coming to you on our Twitch. It looks like we're coming to on
Ooh.
Amy's X, and we're also on my Instagram. So we're all over the internet
Yes,
today.
we are.
Just give us that love on the platform you're on and share, because those are the two biggest things that you can do for a content creator. A lot of people think it's like giving us money, and that's beautiful, and I appreciate it. But sharing, like, we need you to get our stuff out there. So thank you.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, so I want to take a look at first. Let me get my screen put together. Sorry, I have a lot of stuff up.
Oh, I'm excited for today. Oh, let's change the. No, I have no distractions. Just me, you, and our people. It's wonderful.
Hold on. I've got something playing, and I've got to figure out what's playing because I've got so much going right now. I've got my Florida Woman Friday case up too, and it's going. Hold on a second. I'm just gonna get rid of it there. Do you, whenever you don't do lives for a while, it gets a little clunky when you come back? You're like, oh, shit, how do I do this?
Story of my life. I'm never prepared. Like ever.
All right. So let's start where I've been looking at other content creators to see if anybody else was talking about the case. And I do see, and I like Guilty of Crime. She's been covering it, and she's pointing out that some of the JonBenet photos have been popping up, and John Ramsey is still denying it. So let's take a look at this TikTok. And what I do here is I just grab a lot of stuff around. I'm like a mixed media artist, and I just grab stuff around the internet and put it together and create a story for you. Everything that we view today, I will put down in our YouTube show notes. We will stop and start things and talk over it. Everything's in our opinion for entertainment and educational purposes only. We urge you to go out there and do your own research.
We write about JonBenet Ramsey and Epstein because it kind of seems like we were. I freaking love the undefeated heavyweight champion of the world, the internet, because somebody figured out that the Wayback Machine has this photo unredacted from like 2014 when it was taken. And in this photo, you can see the little girl's face. And though I will admit it's not 100%.
I just want to stop this really quick. And I've contacted Kresha, and she hasn't replied. So I did invite her. I'm not excluding Kresha, but yeah.
Definitive because the angle's terrible and the quality's terrible. But that looks like JonBenet Ramsey. Here's a little bit more zoomed in version for you guys. And there's a Substack online. You can find these photos. If you just literally type in JonBenet Ramsey Epstein photo, it'll pop up. And here is a further zoomed in photo. And I just got to ask, is that JonBenet? That looks like JonBenet.
So then I had to, of course, find the Substack that they were talking about. And I think I did. I think it's this one. And so here is, oh shit. I didn't look. I just looked at to make sure that, let me see. there. So I don't know how. Oh, there. Get rid of that. Can you see
This is
it?
their house, correct?
This is Epstein's house. This
Epstein's
is
house, right?
Epstein's house.
Yep.
And this is the portrait hanging right here in his house.
Creep.
And I thought this Substack had but they've removed, they have removed, I think, let me see if they've removed the link from the Doge that showed this stuff. No, it's right there. There's that one. And then there's this one, but they've blacked out. Now they've gone in and, blacked her out where she wasn't before. What do you think?
Crazy.
So I thought we would just present the evidence and then just talk about it. I mean, that's one thing that people are saying that brings her into the Epstein files. And then,
so can you actually go back and explain kind of what you were talking about when you said that her parents were on a plane to Michigan, where
we're going to get to that. We're actually going to get to that. I've got it like in little sections. So, but right now we're just presenting the evidence. And then I thought we'd go into the Michigan and look at the Michigan, Oakland County. I've got a lot of stuff. So,
yeah. Okay.
And then there's this photo of Jeffrey Epstein that's popping
So
up.
I've seen this picture circulating around. People are saying it's not JonBenet Ramsey, but that it's this little girl seen here in the redacted photo. But wait, something is different. These are two different photos. One is AI. Look at the collar.
So you can see, oops, right here, the collar is different. So something has been dubbed.
Didn't JonBenet dad say it was AI? I think that was said to cover up the fact it truly was her. What do you think?
I think they released AI just before the Epstein files, so in the UFO stuff that's coming out, so that we are just constantly questioning everything. Is that AI? Isn't it AI? I don't know. I'm so confused. They want to keep us in perpetual confused state.
Confusion, because confusion can't come up with solidified actual evidence. And so what do? AI is both a great tool and an absolute detriment to investigations, in my opinion.
Do you use it?
I do for like thumbnails. I've used it. I use AI summaries. I do that kind of stuff. I don't go as far as like trying to make murder victims in a place where they shouldn't be, or try to remove and try to. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't use it for the bad that it often is used for.
Yeah.
And at this point, because he's so bizarre, you don't really know, is that AA or isn't it? AI or isn't it? Because things are so wild. Yeah. My lights.
Well, you have to start looking at like, is there like rippling around the person, and you have to compare this to that, and it gets to be a lot. It's like, I don't like it.
That's absolutely true.
So there's that photo, those two photos that, and then there is this photo that keeps popping up. This is JonBenet at a tulip festival. I think it's in Holland, Michigan, because in Holland. They have these tulip festivals, and everyone says this is Ghislaine Maxwell right here.
It looks like her.
It does look like her.
Yeah. Sure does. These kids stood no chance, you know.
Mm-hmm. This guy does a really good job. I thought we could take a peek at it, and then we'll go into the Michigan stuff. He talks about, is this Ghislaine Maxwell in the background? Apparently her and John had the same lawyer. So John Ramsey and Ghislaine Maxwell had the same lawyer on top of everything else. I mean,
like you can't make this shit up.
I'm outraged. I am fucking outraged because they're just gaslighting us. They're just like telling us like, nah, the sky's like not up there anymore. It's just not there anymore. Oh, okay.
And I just have to say it. I don't find it a coincidence that they started a world war when all of the Epstein Files started being dropped, and all of a sudden it's like stop talking about it, and all we're doing is talking about the war in Iran, when all of these pedophiles are just skating under the radar,
just running around, running loose.
It infuriates me. Yeah.
Well, and then they're arresting people, but they're arresting women. It's just like they need to be arrested. I'm not saying the women don't, but
right.
God damn it, the men do too.
Yeah, all of them. Yeah. Amy.
Okay.
You can't make it up.
You can't.
No.
That links JonBenet Ramsey to Ghislaine Maxwell was this specific photo. Now, this has never been verified to be Ghislaine Maxwell herself.
Now, if you want me to stop it, just, tell me to stop it and I will.
Sure.
But it does look awful lot like her, right? It says, is that Ghislaine Maxwell in the background of a JonBenet Ramsey picture?
Apparently
her and
is it Ghislaine or Ghislaine? I never know if I'm saying it right.
Ghislaine.
I thought it was Ghislaine. Okay.
Yeah, Ghislaine.
John had
because I try to say the S too sometimes because I hear other people saying it.
Yeah.
Ghislaine.
Yeah.
The same lawyer. Okay. Maxwell has a face that to me looks like so many people. She does look like the woman in the photo, but Ghislaine also bears a striking resemblance to my godmother. Looking at profile photos of Maxwell, it looks like the end of her nose is much more pointed than the woman in the JonBenet photo, but it's hard to say as I can't find a known photo of Maxwell taken from this same awkward angle. You're saying odd thing is, Howden Morgan, foreman of Denver, Colorado, represented John Ramsey and also represents Maxwell. They're saying the picture was taken at a public event, so I'm not sure it means much. Hear me out, guys. What if Maxwell and Epstein had noticed her fame rising in beauty contests? Because let's be real, people knew of her existence. They had met the family of JonBenet Ramsey and offered parents a deal of some sort, which was rejected. Then they hired someone to kidnap her. The kidnapping failed, and they killed her before she could talk. Saying, I wonder if John was abusing JonBenet Ramsey and wanted more and knew that Maxwell could provide. Maybe both John went too far with it. It's crazy. Okay, it's actually crazy. So look, there are the theories. A lot of people don't believe it. Okay, people saying it's hard to tell who's in the background, but the context would be helpful. We want to try and determine what's going on. For as much as I love a good conspiracy, I don't think it's her. The woman in the photo has a pretty obvious mole that I can't find in any photos of Ghislaine. This isn't to say she hasn't had the mole removed, but I found photos of her at a really young age and didn't spot that mole.
I did do a search here, and I was trying to see if there was like any comparison photos. I see here's one just of her at oops, like here's one of Jeffrey at all. Like I don't think Jeffrey's dead or unalived or whatever. I don't know what I'm allowed to say anymore. I don't think he's dead in that photo.
Really?
No.
You don't think that he is?
No.
Interesting. I thought that he was because he knew too much.
No, and I've actually watched a mortician, and she's talked about the pooling and how it's off and wrong, and and there's spottings of him out in the wild, and his socials are still active. Some gaming thing that he does is still active. I don't think he's gone. But
and his girlfriend, the baby mama, supposedly is around, and he has children of his own, and one of his victims had his child, and she got his estate. The federal government didn't seize his estate, but she got it. I have questions. You could be right. Amber just said he's alive in her opinion.
And also that that woman, I believe she was in on it. I believe she should be behind bars too, the one that got his estate. I don't believe she was a victim, and if she was a victim, she crossed that line of becoming a perpetrator. And I'm sorry, I can empathize with you and feel bad for your background, but if you're an adult doing that to children, I cannot feel sorry. I can't. You have to face those consequences. I'm sorry it happened to you, but yeah, maybe you
I
should
would
get a
hug
level.
you right now. I couldn't agree more. I would give you the biggest hug because that's the realest thing ever. You have to take yourself as soon as you become an adult, you have to take accountability for your actions.
You
Okay. Your
really do.
childhood does not define you. And if you become a perpetrator, you should be treated like a perpetrator.
I think back, like my first job out when I graduated as a social worker, I worked in child foster care, and I had a family that there was a lot of the PDF stuff going on. Like it had been happening from a neighbor down the street, and I think the kid was 14,
Okay.
but he looked much older than 14, and it had happened to the neighbor down the street. The neighbor down the street had done it to him, and then he started doing it to his like 3-year-old brother. And I had the whole family, and the 3-year-old brother had been removed. And I think about that kid. I think about the 14-year-old. Well, I think about the 3-year-old because he was just being used, like passed around. But that kid spit in my face. I think about that too. The only kid that's ever spit in my face, and I couldn't do it anyway. That's another thing. It didn't matter what their family did to them. Every kid just wants to be with their family. Like it doesn't matter.
Every kid deserves to be loved, and it sucks if that's not the case. But when you turn around and you become the perpetrator that ruined your life, you deserve consequences. Because how many people have been abused and horrifically abused and end up being some of the kindest people that you'd ever run into in your entire life? It's a personality flaw.
Well, I dare say that most of the people that do this were abused as children. So it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. So it's another, like, it pisses me off even more because when you do this to a child, you're stealing their soul. You're stealing I believe you're stealing their soul. I really do. Part of their soul. You're stealing their innocence, and you're potentially creating another you.
Yeah. Agreed. Yeah. Agreed, honey.
Okay, so going back, I didn't really see any, but I mean, do we have any side profiles of, like, here is a side profile kind of her.
Looks like the same mug to me.
Wait, is this the same thing? Oh.
Yeah, I'm looking at this one, but yeah, right there. And they're all in the billionaires crew. So is John. John did what Epstein did for a living. And if you're going to tell me that they never crossed paths, I'm not saying John anything. There has been rumors that he was abusing kids that weren't his, and this was a get back at him type of thing. There's that rumor that's gone around. Do I think he did it to his own kids? I don't. But
I don't know. I can't say at this point in my life. I didn't think that they were eating pizza from the pizza place. I didn't believe it when I looked at it, but I can't say yes or no because I don't know. Like, I don't know. I don't know what he was doing with his daughter. And I think it's very strange that he came out so fast, because it seems to me like if this were a lead, I'd be like, it could have, like, let's check it out. It's another lead. But he was so quick to come out and poo-poo it.
Right.
So quick. Let me see where I have that up. Let me find that.
Makings. I see that you say that you think he's still alive. That's why the security cameras went off. Where do you think he is? I know we're speculating, but where do you think he is? In Israel?
No.
He was in Mossad.
No. It's Saudi Arabia. I think he had a passport. He had a house in somewhere, and they think he's there. I forget, but maybe she'll tell you because I can't remember.
Yeah. Okay. Saudi Arabia. I mean, that tracks too. It's the Middle East.
Did she say Saudi Arabia? Because I don't know if that's right.
No, she hasn't said any. Oh, he said, I have no idea. Rozzy Standing Stone says he thinks he's at the Vatican. Oh, look at this. Does that not make your stomach hurt?
Well, it doesn't surprise me
Mm.
because I don't know. I was talking to AI yesterday about the disclosure, because did you know the government just opened up a website, alien.gov and aliens.gov yesterday?
What?
Yeah,
I did not know
there
that.
is a website now, and I was talking to AI. I've been talking to AI about this for a while, about this disclosure that's supposed to be happening, because I'm sorry, I've been in the woo. I told you Spielberg
Yeah,
has
no,
been
please tell me
putting
all the
forth
things.
all of these movies, Lost Encounters of the Third Kind. A lot of people say that that's actually how the alien disclosure is going to go. And he has a new show coming out this month, or no, in June, called The Disclosure or something like that, where it shows where the world is finally going to be told that there's aliens that have been interacting with us. And so
It's
I forgot what I was.
fascinating.
Can you take me back to what I was saying about? I forgot.
Yeah,
I
so
went
you
too
were
far.
talking about how they just came out with the websites for
Oh yeah, so there's
aliens.gov.
this website, and I've been really nervous about that, and I've been talking to AI about like this, because the old I switched from Chat GBT to a new one because the government bought Chat GBT, and I don't trust the government. So, and I'm not saying that the new one that I'm in, that the government, but they tried to buy it and they said, no, you can't have it. So that's the one I'm using now. But the old
Good.
one that I was using before the government bought it was telling me that the first disclosure that we're going to get about the aliens is fake, because they're doing it in a way to avoid what's happening in the world. Like, you know how he kind of tried to do it before he started the war? He said
Yeah.
about the aliens, and they quickly pulled that back, and then that's not happened, and now the war happened. Well,
Right.
AI had been talking to me about they were going to do that, where they were going to do a false disclosure to us to avert our attention from what was happening. So I was talking to AI yesterday about it, and I mentioned that now they have done the government, and it was like he was like, "Oh, well, that's very interesting, now isn't it?"
Right.
Like, this AI really thinks like, yeah, something's about to drop. But they don't, but I'm not so sure that this first thing that's about to drop isn't to take our mind off of like what's happening. And
Right.
I also talked to
It's
it.
all psych ops.
It
It's
is.
like
And
they don't want you to actually focus on what the real problem is. So they start shoveling shit at us in order for everyone to be like, oh, look over here, something shiny. Oh, look over here. Do I think that there may be aliens in life? Yeah, maybe. I
yeah,
don't think we're the only we're the
well,
only species. I really don't. But it's the timing.
yeah, it's the
Like the
timing.
war.
And yeah, it's the timing. And I don't think that alien disclosure is going to be bam all at once.
No.
I think they're among us right now. And I
Yeah.
think that this one is a psyop that they're doing right now, and they're doing it to get ahead of it, because they're going to try to frame it like we need them to protect us. It could be like another global disaster,
Yeah.
like 9/11, but this one will be global, because they really want to go to a one world government, and some people
They
don't see a
do.
problem with that, but that's a huge problem. But
That's a
anyway,
huge problem.
huge problem. And
Huge,
so
huge
I'm
for
sorry,
us
you guys. I've
to
been
live to
out
be living in.
in the woo clouds. You know why? Now you know why I've been gone, because I've been. I have not just been laying sleeping. I have been like deep in the. I haven't even talked about the Sophia and the divine feminine that I've been
Right.
researching. So anyway, but
Yeah.
I just think that a lot of this is psyop. Like, I think the Nancy Guthrie. Don't get me wrong. I believe it's happening. I believe they kidnapped an old lady, but I believe it's a psyop to get our attention on so many different things that we're so overwhelmed that
Yep.
we don't know what to do. And I said to AI, I said, but how will they like? This will be a real issue. This alien thing is going to be a real issue with the religions of the world, And I said,
100%.
how are they going to do that? And then, but you know what I've been seeing, especially the Christians saying lately, that they believe the aliens are angels and devils. So it said, AI told me before I even said that to it, it said, and this is, I'm bringing it home with the Vatican. They said that the Vatican and other major religious institutions have been planning for this moment, and they've got it said that. I didn't ask.
Right.
It said, and it
Right.
mentioned the Vatican with its underground tunnels, and they have been planning for this disclosure, and they're going to say it's aliens and devils.
I believe it. I believe it. Are there actually the aliens that we think that they look like, or are they aliens that take form of a person?
Okay, well, there are lots of different aliens out there. And there are some that can take form as people. I've actually been watching live videos where they're in politics. They're in higher powers, and you can see them shape shift sometimes, or sometimes they can't control their voice. And more and more stories. Like, I like to watch this spooky, scary time story. This woman, she's really good. She talks really fast, but like, I just saw a story that she did today where this woman was dating this major celebrity that said he was hundreds of years old, like hundreds of years old. And like, out there, what people are saying is that you don't just become in Hollywood. You don't just get into Hollywood. You're like bred into Hollywood. Like, it's years and years, and it's like
The Illuminati.
yeah, and they live longer than us, and or they're of a different race. And this man was telling her he was like 800 years old. He said he used to be this old country singer that passed away. Then he said he was this other actor that's passed away. But then the woman said, but wait, he's passed away, but it would have overlapped because you would have been alive at the same time. And he said, like, it's really confusing, but they can be more than one person.
Wild. I believe in this stuff.
I do too.
There has to be an explanation. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I
people
think
who are
it
cut
is.
off to even thinking that thing can be real
Yeah.
is doing yourself a disservice, because what else could there be? There has to be
The
more out
government
there.
has now a website called alienandaliens.gov. I looked it up. It's there. Yeah,
Wow.
so I don't know, but the Vatican
take a
is
peek at it
planning
later.
for this kind of stuff. So I don't believe the Vatican, I think, is hiding a lot from us. They probably, it's like rumored that they took even the kids down underneath the Vatican and under the Smithsonian, and like, it's just bad.
Right.
I've been
No, I feel
like
ya.
trying to digest all of this and just be okay with it. And I don't know how anybody else in the world is acting normal. I really don't.
Right. Right. I agree.
So anyway, John has come out and poo-pooed this. Poo-pooed it. Let me get this back up here. Quickly made his statement, and then we'll go over to the Michigan Pedo Island conversation. Let's just try to call it like PDF or something, for the most part, because I don't want it to get limited.
Yeah, that's fine.
Or just try to play their game, because I got banned. I got banned for a month over on Facebook. I can't.
Did you really?
Because I use the words instead
I use
of
all the words. Out of respect for you, I will not. Yeah.
No, but I instead of grape and pizza, I said it over on Facebook, and it got me banned. So, but it was worth it.
They'll take your shit down. But yeah,
well, they'll do more than that. No, it's not. I wasn't even live. I did it. I said it in a post. I said it to a man. I was so pissed off, so fucking pissed off. But it was worth it. So anyway, this is
really.
Yes. And then he came back and he's like, "Oh, don't even try to say that I reported you." Whatever. Anyway, exclusive JonBenet Ramsey isn't in
ATS
the.
just said it's weird that John debunked. Oh, go ahead.
It is very weird that he did it so fast. And so everybody reported that the
So fast.
exclusive was that he debunked it and that Epstein didn't come near my kid. Well, I mean, that seems a little too defensive right here. I would be like wanting to investigate that. And there's another family, there's another case because I'm gonna look at all the children's cases that are missing. There's like 4 or 5 cases that they're linking it back to Epstein, and there's another one, and they think that I think his name, I can't think of her name. The stepmother's name is Terry. It's a little boy. He was going to the science fair, and the stepmother took him to the science fair, and then he just disappeared. That's another case that's being linked. I can't think of the name, sorry. But that's being linked. And she's right away came out and said, no. He's not connected to Epstein. Okay, Jan. I just can't stand it. Okay, so a viral video.
Okay,
Jan.
Hey, we believe you. It's terrible.
A viral video.
Look at Erica.
Yeah, Erica Kirk. Yeah. Okay, Erica. So here, a viral video circulating online suggests late pedophile, I just said it, Jeffrey Epstein has a twisted relationship with JonBenet Ramsey, but her father, John Ramsey, says it's just another example of AI slop. Here's the deal. TikTok is going wild over a viral post and we showed it to you. It's this post, and now they've blanked out everything in this. And then it says the clip also suggests Epstein associate Ghislaine Maxwell was at JonBenet's 6th birthday party. I guess this is the 6th birthday party. Thing is, JonBenet Pop says the conspiracy theory is bogus. Okay, well, if he says so, I mean, are we just
it must be true,
people?
Amy.
Yeah, it must be true. No proof at all, but okay.
It must be true. Yeah.
John Ramsey tells TMZ absolutely no truth in it. I haven't seen this. He hasn't even looked at it. But with AI, anything is possible. I figured out these days I would be accused of being an Epstein pal. Hasn't happened yet. Internet people can be very cruel. So there you have it.
I call bull.
I do too. I call shenanigans on it.
He doesn't want to be associated because of who Epstein is, but I'm not. I won't even go as far to say that there was anything fugazi about their relationship. But no one will ever convince me that they didn't know each other professionally of some sort, some way, shape, form.
Well, when stuff like this happens, I might not have said anything fugazi about his relationship, but now I'm thinking fugazi for sure.
Yeah, definitely now. But like, why do you have to quote so quickly without even looking at the information? Why do you keep going to CrimeCon? Why do you keep trying to put your narrative out there? He's deadly afraid of what people are going to find out, and people are starting to find out, right?
Yeah, well, it makes me like Trisha from Web Sleuths a little bit more. I found this where John Ramsey answers a couple of questions, a CrimeCon recap where, I mean, when I first saw her, she went in and I thought, who goes to CrimeCon and then gives a murder victim's family crap? But I mean, maybe I'm seeing why.
I think she has alternative motives with JonBenet's family. There's something about her that just seems inauthentic. I try to give everybody grace until there's more evidence. And now that there has been more evidence with John being a creep, is she wrong? I don't know. Am I as hard on her now as I was before? Probably not. But I think there's an ulterior motive with Trisha.
Well, I think there's always an ulterior motive because anybody that would put up a channel and support somebody like Lauren and John Matthias, I don't, that's all there is. That's all you need to say to me.
Yeah.
I mean, she's funny though. I mean, I laugh. Yeah. I'm a Gen Xer. I laugh at people that shit that
She just seems
makes
like a smoker and like out to lunch, you know?
yeah.
Yeah.
Like I love watching Jolene Lunzer. She does
She's funny.
she does like a little skit about her and it cracks me up.
She
Hey,
can do her very
Amber.
well.
Hello, Amber. Hey, are you I asked you the other day and I didn't wait for the answer. Are you into the Gypsy Rose Blanchard case? Because she's fucking outraging me right now. I'm like rageful against that woman. I like
I need the rundown from you and Amber. I need to come on as I need to be like the student of it all because I know enough to like get by, but I need to know the nitty-gritty of it all. So if you girls ever want to do a panel, sign me up.
Well, I just before I came live, I messaged Amber and I was talking to her and I said, Gypsy has me outraged. I'm coming out of retirement because I have to talk about her because she's just pissed me off. And she's like riding my ass over on TikTok. Everything that I put up, she fights. And yes. And so this video right here, I'm about to show you, like, thank you. Let's just take a quick break. This is our Gypsy Rose segment. If you like Gypsy Rose, I will be following.
Is that Gypsy Rose?
Well, I found this over. Okay, I'm an asshole. All right, I'm a real asshole on top of everything.
What am I looking at?
Listen, I found this over on Facebook. I go into the Facebook groups and I found this, and this is Stephen Hawkins and Clinton, but they were saying, is this Gypsy Rose? And I thought, ho ho, this is funny. I never said it was Gypsy Rose. So I really don't feel like it should be removed, but now we're going to look at it. I sent it to every platform I have. I'm sending it to groups. No, this is not.
That looks
I'm
like
outraged.
her.
Yeah, doesn't it?
It does.
And my shadow strolling again. He's trolling again. He's only a friend if you want him, but everybody's got.
And I never say it's her. And somehow she got it removed. And then I fought it and it went back up. And this morning I went there and it's gone again. Can they do 2 strikes like that on a video? Like remove it, you win, and then they fucking take it. Sorry, I'm mad.
Yeah, no, you're good.
They say that
you're past 2 minutes. You're good. You're past
Can they do that?
Minutes, you're good. Unless she tried to strike it for a different reason. So like you can strike it for like harassment and then if it comes back up, you could do it for like derogatory. Was my first thought that that's Gypsy Rose. That was spot on. But I do believe it's Stephen Hawkins. But like, come on. And why is Clinton holding him like that?
Stephen and Clinton are in the Epstein Files. So that's what it is.
Yeah.
So listen, if you guys, I'm definitely going to come out of retirement because I kind of stopped following it. I stopped covering it because the creators were brutal. And I was like, I had post-traumatic stress and my trauma, it would flare it up. And if I've just decided if it flares it again, I'll stop covering it. But I really can't like, she is somebody that worries me because of the younger kids. They like celebrate her and she's a murderer.
Wild.
So
the thing is that they're taking in the schlup that we were always given. I didn't know any different until I started watching our friend Amber in the weeds. And I was blown away. And I started learning more about this chick. And she is unbelievable the way that brain works.
Well, I don't think anything's ever going to stop her. Sorry, I interrupted you.
No, you're good. You're good. Go.
I don't think anything's ever going to stop her because of the fact that Amber did bring us all of those videos where it shows her literally offering up her 13-year-old to Nick to PDF, and she's just rebranding herself as like an influencer, and it's working. Like she has no shame. There's nothing left out there to shame her. Like the only thing
she has no shame.
She doesn't.
That's the thing. She has no shame. She thinks nothing of it. All press is good press. She just wants the attention. You know what I mean? So it doesn't matter what you say about her. I still feel
driven to sharing who and what she is because she's a PDF
Count me in.
And I'm worried about the kids. And she likes to hang around with the young kids, and she likes
She's
it
a
because
mother.
of she can influence them and know what else will she do to them. Yeah. So
The
anyway,
fact that she's a mother throws me. That poor child.
yes, crafty Chris. The younger
Yeah.
kids ate up the document. They do that
Yeah.
for everything as gospel.
Everything.
She's a master manipulator who learned from the best. Yeah.
Yep.
Because I don't like romanticize Dee Dee either. Dee Dee was a real problem, but she didn't
Yes.
deserve to die, and she was really sick at the end. So anyway,
I agree.
I'm covering it next week. So if you guys are
Perfect.
interested in that.
But yeah, I will. We eat
All right.
it all up.
So let's talk about PDF Island.
Mhm. Now, are you talking about Zorro Ranch or the one in Michigan?
The one in Michigan.
Okay. Ooh, this is different.
Let me find it though, because I don't remember where I put it. Oh, there it is. Okay, so oops, I gotta take this off my browser because it says it disconnected. Let me fix it.
Okay.
And reshare my screen. This would be a good time, guys, if you can just like reach up there and hit the thumbs up button.
Thumbs.
I already
Make sure
said
you're
that.
subscribed.
Yeah, subscribe.
Mhm.
Okay, so the Oakland County Child Killer, there is an island in Michigan where the Oakland County Child Killer is a pedophile island, the scariest place in America, pedophile island, the darkest place in America. It was called North Fox Island. Now, the Ramseys, they were hold on. I just have to clear some of this out. I've got too much up here. Okay, so multiple official sources and court records say they plan to leave early the morning of December 26th and fly to Charlevoix for a family vacation in Michigan. The timeline write-up also say that detectives later searched the Ramseys' vacation home in Charlevoix during the investigation, which confirms that was their destination. So they were going to their place in Michigan. The older kids were supposed to meet them en route. Some reports say via Minneapolis first. I don't know if you know that, if you can confirm that, but then all were going to continue to the home in Charlevoix. So,
wow. Let's see.
So the reason that, and then pointed out the reason it gets attention is that that's where they were supposed to be leaving the house before sunrise for the flight. And then we have over here, I grew up during the Oakland County Child Killer times. And actually, I mean, I've got a story for everything, I feel like, but when we moved to the Oakland County, my mom had moved us around a little bit in the very beginning years of my life, and we had went to Ohio, and that didn't work out, and then we moved to Michigan, and we moved to Oakland County, and I was in the second grade, and I was like always late to school. My friend and I, we would play outside with our dolls and just play around, and we walked to school by ourselves, and
Yeah, right.
which was terrifying. And I'm a year younger. I started school when I was 4. So I just always got to school late, and we were always just playing, and we were playing with our dolls, and we weren't paying attention. And there was this car following us, and this guy tried to kidnap us. And we finally got to school, and we told the school, and we had a police escort for a few days, and then nothing happened. But I mean, it was a really scary time during the Oakland County Child Killer times. And there was that island. And over here on Lights Out, They covered the case, and here they talk about the island a little bit.
Let's listen.
North Fox Island, because this part just completely blew my mind. But the OC task force cost $1 million. It was led by Assistant District Commander Robert Robertson, and they followed up on 18,000 tips. So it's just crazy.
Hell.
In about a year, they cleared 7,400 suspects. 79 were cleared through polygraph tests. They also screened about 10,000 known sexual deviants. Although the investigation...
It wasn't just boys that were taken during the Oakland County Child Killer. A few girls were also taken. So they did both.
Absolutely did not lead them to a conviction for the OC case. It did unravel dark and disturbing networks that existed close to home. Like, what is this interest with the children? Why are the children being targeted?
Right.
That, they're trying to figure that out. Obviously, there is child sexual predators afoot here, so they're trying to get a handle on it. But on March 29th, 1977, 3 Michigan State Police detectives flew to Joliet, Illinois. And they went there to question an unnamed man incarcerated for distributing child abuse material. Investigators followed the theory that the victims in the OC case might have been trafficked and used to create child abuse materials. And unfortunately, investigators didn't learn much from the man. But he said this: he is going to keep it up. Just why in the hell does he do it all in one locality, except he's screaming for you to catch him? Pretty damning statement there. Although they never caught the killer, investigators followed a trail that led them to the discovery of a large child abuse material and a ring operating in several states. It was based on North Fox Island in Lake Michigan. About 24 people were arrested by the end of the investigation.
Wow.
But North Fox Island, I mean, there's a lot of islands, right? Out there.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
which is something I never really realized.
Oh, yeah.
That there was like dozens of little islands out there.
The Great Lakes are massive. I mean, when you go and look at one, if you just go to the
Have you ever visited the Great Lakes, Amy?
I have. My nephew does hockey stuff over there. Not many times, but I have been. It's enormous.
Yeah, and it's really beautiful too.
Beautiful.
Or look out, you're like, this could be the ocean for as far as I know.
Mackinac Island is the most popular island around the Great Lakes, I think.
No, this is crazy. Yeah, it's massive, and many, many, many islands out there, especially in this clump. Like, it's kind of where between the UP and the lower peninsula. Sorry, we call it the UP, Upper Peninsula, Lower Peninsula. A lot out there. It's also very desolate in certain areas as well, which, I mean, would attract something like this. If you're trying to keep something secret. A lot of cheap land too in certain
So you can
areas.
purchase property out there.
Yeah.
And live off grid
in the middle of nowhere. Yeah. Some people, I mean, there are just like tracts of forest that don't have any plumbing, electricity, anything, that you could just kind of buy chunks of land.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that leads us to a millionaire named Francis D. Sheldon from Grosse Pointe. And he had bought North Fox Island for $20,000 in 1959 and built an airfield, docks, and small cabins for a children's summer camp. It was called Brother Paul's Children's Mission.
And if you think that sounds religious, it's because it was. And
Isn't it disgusting how they put it in religion, and they're doing it like in the Boys and Girl Scouts and stuff like they're like these institutions that were created for good, they've infiltrated them.
Yep.
All of them.
Was even connected to the church.
Yep. He also had a private jet, which he used to fly children and predators from Charlevoix and other Michigan cities to the island where
Did you hear Charlevoix?
What happened?
Did you
the
hear
name Charlevoix?
Did you hear it?
I did.
Okay. And that's where their home is, Charlevoix.
He had a filming operation going on. He used the island to create child sex abuse material, traffic children, and invite to the island to abuse children. Victims claim that the perpetrators were men in power and even men in government. The camp operated for 2 summers in 1975 and 1976 and actually received federal and state funding, believe it or not.
Come on.
So sick. The victims of North Fox Island were around the same age as Mark and Tim.
Amy, if this doesn't make your stomach turn.
It makes my stomach turn. I told you. I don't know how I feel about John at this point.
Yeah. No. I'm side-eyeing him.
Definite side eye.
Mhm.
Allegedly for
Allegedly.
entertainment and whatever
Yeah.
purposes only.
Personal opinions.
Timothy
Yeah.
from
For personal purposes only. Of rage.
Yeah.
The Auk case. A teacher and married man from Port Huron, Gerald Richards, who went by Jerry, helped recruit young boys to go to the island on quote-unquote field trips. He also performed magic for children and was an amateur photographer. Another victim, Michael Farquhar, opened up in the documentary called Children of the Snow, which I do recommend watching after listening to this episode, but he said that Jerry Richard had lured him into a world of child abuse material and abuse, and he was only 12 years old at the time when he met Jerry. And at first, Jerry seemed like an adult who truly cared about Michael's best interests. He got Michael set up with activities in the YMCA, and Michael also assisted in Jerry's magic shows. But Jerry eventually manipulated Michael into creating child abuse material, and eventually Jerry was selling Michael to elite. But here's some local WDIV interviews with two men, Bill Johnson and Mike Dunsmore, who went to North Fox Island when they were young.
Right to the beach. Just leave your clothes and, you can bring a towel, but at least the other boys had to be naked, and that's just how it was.
So once again, they played on our trust.
But there's times we could just go, be boys, But they focused on me a lot, I noticed. Long blonde hair, blue-eyed 11-year-old. The very first day we were there, and I had a sunburn, and Jerry Richards rubbed lotion on me everywhere. I remember him taking lotion and putting it on his hand here, and then just me laying on my stomach and just going between my cheeks, with his hand like that. And I felt very uncomfortable, but he assured me everything was okay, and this is what we're supposed to do. Again, I trusted him. Turn over.
I remember when that same school, when the first year that I had moved there, the principal, Mr. Blessman, who also just rumored, I had heard, later on, I had heard that he was doing things to some of the girls. But I remember how he came up. I remember the dress I had on, and it had this sash. And it came down here and kind of like this kind of, but this was a huge sash right here. And it was it was the 70s,
Sure.
went around your neck, but I had it open. I don't know why, because I was a kid, right?
Yeah.
And he came up behind me and he slid his hands down like this and grabbed the sash and then tied it and then went. And I will never forget
the
that.
PDF he is. Yeah.
Yes. I will never forget how I felt in that moment. And that's what I think about when that guy says what he's just said. And it wasn't even skin contact.
Right. It's inappropriate touching though. That's how they groom you.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. I think he was trying to test it out. And I just went like this. I went that.
Right. The testing to see how far he can get.
Yeah. And I don't think he got a good reaction from me. So he was like, yeah, nah, I won't be doing that again, because he never did. I also think that I believe I'm named after two grandmothers, and I have been a wild child. I've been out there in the world wild, doing wild, dangerous shit. And somehow I never have got hurt in that.
Right.
So I think I do have some guardian angels around me.
Amen.
Do you?
Amen. I do. Yeah. I've been absolutely, but truth be told, I have a long history of abuse in my life. I was, when you were thinking in high school, there was this teacher that took a liking to me, and he went above and beyond to allow me to do X, Y, and Z that I wasn't even ready for, in Camerata, I shouldn't have gone to the Boston Orchestra, but because he took a liking to me, he gave me an exception and all this stuff. Well, come to find out, 2 years into our friendship of him being a teacher and me being one of his targets, he was walked out in handcuffs for raping students. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that. Yeah. And so
you said grape anyway. I heard grape.
Yeah, grape. He was raping students, yeah.
But he never.
So it's one of those. He would always, it's one of those things. He'd always put his hands on my shoulders. Or when I walked by, he put his arm on the middle of my back. And he always had a sweet name for me. Or he always would be like, "Oh, Amy, after class, come and see me. I have something for you." And there would never be anything. He just wanted to talk. And then little by little, I'll be like, "Hey, can you close the door?" And then I got all the hairs on the back of my neck started standing up. I never went back. I never went back to my class. I never went back to, and I would avoid him in the hallways. And right before I left school, he was walked out in handcuffs for
Wow.
assaulting. Yeah. Yeah.
I had a weird reaction to I was taking, I liked art. I like doing art. So in middle school, I was taking woodworking, and so I had taken that one semester, and then the next semester I had decided to go on to metals, and I went into the metal class, and that teacher, he didn't do anything. He didn't do a thing to me, but I couldn't be around him. He made me so uncomfortable. I could, and I got out of his class so fast. I couldn't tell you why I did it, but he made the pit of my stomach turn.
Yeah.
I've never had
This guy was not like that though. He was wicked likable. Like very likable until the touching started. You know. Yeah. But he would play to like what you needed. You know, he knew that I didn't have a dad in the house. My mom worked for the town that he was working for, so he knew my history before I even walked in the building. And I became a target of his, and I was one of his favorites. And it became really gross. And now he's completely ruined his life.
Is he in prison? Did you say? Is he
I don't know. He lost all of his jobs. I do know that he can no longer work with children. And I saw him being let out in handcuffs and why he was being let out. And there wasn't a time where I even like defended him because he was like such a great teacher. No, like I could be like, yeah, that tracks.
Right. We had a teacher that was kind of like that, but she was the female version of it. Her name was Mrs. Wirt, and she would, I don't care, I'm naming the names. And she would do these weird things where she would do aerobics in front of the boys' desk. Like she would grab the desk and then bend over and do stretches and aerobics. Like it was horrible.
Girl.
I felt, but the girls were safe. She did it to the boys.
Yeah, of course. And you're like, ew, that's my boyfriend. Stop bending over like that, Pepe Le Pew.
Everybody was like,
what are you doing?
She had a Michael Jackson poster in her room.
Over her bed.
Adults don't know how we laugh. Like kids laugh at you like you're the most ridiculous thing when you try to be cool. But anyway.
Yeah. Oh my
God. Back to Pedo Island.
Yeah.
Thing because you have to protect that. You know, so every day he did that to me. Sheldon, he said the same thing too. This is how things are. You know, this is my island. I own this island, blah, blah, blah. And you kids are lucky and fortunate to be here. You know, so basically just adhere to these rules. And this is how we are here. You know, and they were naked as well.
There was a stump, and it was probably about the size around as this chair, maybe 4 or 5 feet long. And I remember there was snakes in the end of it. So I rolled the thing, I rolled it with the bottom ripped off of it, and there was literally thousands of snakes in this thing. I go back and I get Bill, and I said, you got to see these snakes. He said, I don't really care for snakes. I said, well, come on, you got to see this. This is really, I wanted to show somebody.
There's cameras by the trail that we took. Mike and I would go, you know, catch snakes and salamanders and just do what boys do. And there's cameras, you know, a lot all over the place, really.
But when we got back, we couldn't find anybody. You know, usually there was somebody right around the main cabin, and there was nobody there. I want to say it was probably a couple hours. Then they came back, and they were happy, but the two boys were different after they were quiet.
I don't know if it's the exact same time, but I remember hearing one of the kids screaming and crying.
What I can gather from these gentlemen, they were talking about it, and they didn't it's all PDF, but I guess they didn't get they didn't get the
full shebang, but they were being groomed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes the grooming is just as traumatizing. At hindsight later, when you're like, oh my God, that could have been me.
Yeah.
But still being videotaped and going on this island, and you're being rubbed down by grown men. And when you feel uncomfortable, you just assume that the adults in your life know better than you. And you're like, is this right? Is it not right? Do I say something? I'm embarrassed, right? They use the embarrassed card.
Yeah. And, especially back then, I hope people aren't still doing this to the kids, saying, like, like you have to listen to the elders and just do what they say. Like there was like no questioning adults back then. And if you did, you were a problem child. I don't
Right.
know. I don't have kids. Like, what is it like? What do you tell your son? I mean, what do you do? I don't.
My son knows that there's privacy
Uh-huh.
and no one is allowed to touch your privacy ever.
Okay.
And if you're at school, only the nurse can help you in the bathroom. I don't want your teachers. I have explicit instructions. You can only the nurse or mom or nana. Those are the only ones that can see your privacy. And if anyone asks you, you tell mom. You wouldn't be in trouble, but I need you to tell me. So I make it very clear that if you have an accident, only X, Y, and Z can help you. And
Okay.
no one's allowed to touch your privates ever.
Oh.
And he's very like, and my sister has been like, oh, let's go change your pants. And he'll be like, not to say anything wrong with my sister, but I just need to make it clear cut. Right.
Yeah.
Like, no,
yeah.
no, what about? So
Yeah.
he'll, like my sister will be like, oh, I'll help you. And he'll be like, no, I'll wait for mom. And that makes me happy that he, even to my sister, who he loves dearly, like me, he even stops her and says, no, my mom will help me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you just have to be clear cut about it because
yeah,
it might just hurt.
Like he wants to join Boy Scouts because his friend does it. But your girl's been in true crime for far too long to allow that to happen.
I know. I was a Girl Scout camp counselor for 2 summers, and I just really loved it. I'm so sad that but we weren't allowed to go into the cabins alone with the girls. Like
really,
we slept in cabins all summer, and all the counselors were in one cabin, and then the girls were all in their own cabin, and you weren't allowed to go into the cabin unless you had another counselor with you. So it was like you couldn't go in and be with them alone, which I really, fine with me. In fact, when we would play this game because there was always one that would come to the cabin, right? And they were tense, so you could hear them through the screen, and they'd like stand out there, and you'd like pretend like you could hear them until the one of us would be like, "Fine, I'll do it this time."
Right.
But then you'd have to
I don't
get another
trust
person
anybody.
up if you wanted to go lay him back down. So I don't know.
Right. And my thing is like the overnight stuff. Like I'm against sleepovers, and I don't. Not that like I'm a hover parent. I'm just like a protected parent. Like I know too much about the world that like he goes to some person's house. I don't know who's sleeping over there. There could be a weird uncle
like his
on the
cousins
couch
and stuff.
Oh, he goes to my sister's
Yeah.
house.
Okay.
That's fine. But I'm saying like friends and like
yeah. That was another big thing that I did. I was always sleeping over at my friend's house. I had
Me too.
3 besties, and I was always over one of their houses,
Me
or they
too.
were over my house.
Yeah.
So sad. What
the world's so
making
different
us
now.
do. Yeah.
There's a lot more of the PDFs that are so pronounced. Like the thing is like back then parents didn't know better, but the fact that like we know now the dangers of it. I can't. I feel like I'd be throwing my son to the wolves if I just like pretended like I didn't know what really goes on. Yeah.
Yeah, I've never been able to have a child, but
sorry.
Yeah. But I think maybe one day I will adopt. I do think that now.
Do it. Do
it. Yeah, I think I might someday. But I because I feel like there's so many kids out there that need, like, especially now that I know, like I always knew what was happening to the kids working in foster care, but I just never knew it was on such a huge scale. I thought these were isolated, like, you know what I mean? Like I just wanted it to be incidents. I don't know.
You want it to be like the small fragment of what kids were going through, when in actuality it's like a big chunk of kids that kind of get thrown to the wayside. Like for instance, like I this is just my opinion. I'm not with my son's father, and I know the statistics of having a man living with me with all, not even just sexual, we're talking like physical, neglect and all those kind of things. I won't ever live with man again until my son is well up in age, because you're putting your kid at risk for all types of things. The higher there's certain benchmarks that you make, and it puts your kid to like 50 times more susceptible to getting, you know, Epstein or physical. Like I'm all set. Like I'll date, but my son's safety comes first, because I can't unsee those numbers.
Yeah, and you can't undo something.
You can't undo it once it's done. Yeah.
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 So I did go over to the Epstein DOJ and put in JonBenet in there, and I didn't really see her too much. There's only one where they talk about her. So I thought we'd look at
was
that.
John Ramsey mentioned more than she was?
Oh, I didn't even put in John Ramsey. Let's look at her, and then we'll go back and look at John,
Sure.
see if John's in there. So there was this letter. It looks like it's to Jeffrey. Of course, it's blacked out where it's from. And it says, I'm Esther. Oh, this is the one. This is the Epstein one where I don't know why she called herself JonBenet, but she is the one that's in this cult. Who did I do this with? I did this with somebody. I don't remember if it was you or Amber or somebody else, but oh no, it was, no, you didn't make it. Oh, okay.
That's right.
I know.
I was sick. Yeah.
No. Okay. So, but this is, she's in a cult and she's giving Mormon blood to Epstein, and she calls herself JonBenet. She calls herself, I'm Esther Cohen Tizer Epstein, but she also called her JonBenet.
What?
Either way, myself. Well, let's just read it. I'm Esther Cohen Zar. I don't know what that is. Tizer Epstein. And you're receiving this because you are a convicted ex-offender required by law to monitor, control, and contain your actual deviance, or B, an ordinary citizen who can benefit from having your ex desires monitored, explored, and amplified. Either way, myself, my common law husband, Peter JonBenet Klein Zar Epstein, his boyfriend Chad, and my lovely and well-trained daughters, blank and blank, will help you achieve all your ex-deviance goals. Needless to say, we all have significant daddy issues. So she also in this asks to like have his baby so that she can offer the baby up to him. And
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Sick.
Very sick.
It's sick. Yep.
Let's go back and see. That's a good thing if John Ramsey is in there. Is it Ramsey?
Ramsey.
Let's see.
This search engine is full of information. It is so scary. I have gone through it for hours, and it's just horrifying.
I don't see any of John in there, so
no. Okay.
Good.
Good.
But
yeah.
no, he has connections. So for me, where there's smoke, there's fire. And
yeah, 100%.
So, but that's really, I don't have anything else. Did you have anything like?
On X, I don't know if you guys have seen my kind of series on JonBenet Ramsey. I have the Zell brothers. Frank Zell has come on a ton of time. I haven't heard from him today, which maybe we can do it another day when he's not working. But on his X feed, I don't know if you're on X. He has a lot of things with Epstein and John. I can probably share it. Hold on. Let me see.
I am on X, but I like resent that they want me to pay to stream to there. So
yeah, it's stupid. And not for nothing, they're censoring a lot of stuff now when Elon Musk bought it so that it would not be censored. So there's that. So stupid. Let's see.
I'm getting censored over on YouTube or on Facebook all the time. I can get most of my stuff through on Instagram and here, but Facebook is what's censoring me these days. Isn't that weird?
So weird. Let's see. Why can't I? Give me a second here. The computer's lagging.
So you can see here is Amy Boston, Unsolved Amy Boston's page, and you can see that she's done while you're doing that, I'm just going to talk about your page. She's done a lot on the JonBenet, oops, I don't want to go there, Ramsey case.
I have him up.
Frank Zell is his name. Here's a video.
Frank Zell, yeah. Sorry, guys. Dude, I need to turn around.
Is Frank a woman?
Oh my god. Frank's a man. Oh my god. Oh. That's a friend of mine, Nikki. She knows a lot about the here. I found he has a lot of Epstein stuff that's pulled up with the Ramseys. Let's see.
Do I need to take that down?
Yeah. Just take that down for a second.
Okay.
Let's see. Why can't I share it?
Oh, do we have similar? Are we similar, Amber? I really like your channel, Amber.
I love Amber.
I love her take on the Watts case.
Mm-hmm. Oh, mine's not sharing. Bummer.
Is this?
I can read it.
Is that it? There.
So back.
It's on the stage
now.
I think I had to put it up there.
Okay. Perfect. Okay. So this is Frank Zell's JonBenet Ramsey. It says let me preface all of this. So Frank Zell has been investigating the JonBenet unaliving since it happened, him and his brother, Jim. And they're kind of do it for themselves, private eyes. They have gone and dug. And if you guys want to go watch, I've had him on my program 6, 7, 8 times. We've interviewed him. Jay for Justice did an interview with him that was really insightful. But when the Epstein Files started coming down, he started to post about it on X. His handle is Frank Z. Okay. He's at Frank Z 2137. And this says, let me see here. So back in February 16th, JonBenet Ramsey, it seems that X is still ablaze with Epstein file information, and there's still people trying to link Epstein to JonBenet. Again, if you want to link a S ring to the murder, the schmurder of JonBenet, you don't have to scour through the Epstein files to find the information. 26 years ago this month, there was a sexual ring child sexual abuse allegations made in this case. The allegations were levied against John Ramsey, Fleet White Sr., and Fleet White Jr., amongst others. It says, for those who don't know, JonBenet and her family were at the home of John's close friend, Fleet White Jr., the night she passed. Below are links to the Boulder police interviews with women who made allegations. And for those who are interested in allegations made against John Ramsey, you can find them in part 4, starting at page 119.
Wow.
So he has all of the connections between Epstein and JonBenet. Not necessarily JonBenet, but of Epstein's, of John and Jeffrey.
Oh, I hope he can make it, and if he can't, we can get him on here a different time.
I know. Actually, let me see if I can. I texted him last night. Maybe, I don't know, are you around this weekend? Maybe you can put something together on Sunday morning.
Yeah, I'll be around whenever.
Yeah, because I think he's working today, and he said he would try. But it might be easier to do it for Sunday because that's usually when he can show up, and we can go over all of the Epstein and John Ramsey. Yeah. Okay. I'll set it up tonight.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Yay!
okay, cool. Yay!
This can be
We're
a part
gonna
one.
add all this.
Yeah.
Yeah. This will kind of be the introduction of what we're gonna be laying down because he has all the John Ramsey and Epstein connections.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
That's gonna
Yeah.
be good.
But if you guys wanted to kind of preface and kind of go into anything that we're going to be going over on Sunday, you can go over on X if you're on X, and his name is at Frank Z2137. And he has all of the information over there on X that we can go over, and we'll have him as a guest and see what we can just kind of pick his brain about it.
Yeah.
Because if anyone knows anything about the JonBenet unaliving, it's him and his brother for sure. And John. And they're also connected to a church. Ultra Christians over in Colorado. And apparently, I was told that Colorado is one of the worst in this country when it comes to PDF files.
Ew.
Yeah, they all kind of congregate in that area. It's disgusting.
Oh, Jeffrey, he has his ranch in Colorado, doesn't he?
Sure
Did
does,
they actually searching that ranch yet? Did they search it?
Yeah, they said that they were going to be searching it, and they were searching it, but they've had like a 20 some odd year, or a 10-year head start of getting everything out of there. So I don't know what they could find, but hopefully they find something. He had
they halted
there.
the destruction of it so that they could search it? Did they do that?
They
I really
recently
went
searched
off the
it.
grid. I went off the grid, not talking. Like, I didn't even know that thing that happened with JLR and all of that stuff. Like, I hadn't even watched any of that.
What? I mean, that's why. I mean, it's not like. Listen, like he's one of those people that are like, I'm not a great guy, and he comes out with it, and he kind of like gets ahead of it. That JLR guy.
Yeah.
But doesn't make it all right.
Right in front of people.
Right in front of people. In front of everybody. Didn't care. Like what happens behind closed doors?
Oh,
that's what I said. What happens. Exactly. I've been in relationships where people thought that he was so great. And like, and then what happened, it was just him and I were two different things. So the fact that he's someone like that can do it out in the public in front of whoever tells me that that's not a great person to be romantically involved with.
And she'll probably stay with them. But I know that like there was another guy who was like this behavioral analysis that did the same damn thing. He would like beat up his girlfriend, and he's like, but he's a and he got ahead of it, So
yeah,
and he's still popular on the internet. So
yeah. People. The thing is too is kind of like the Matthiases, right? People blindly follow. They don't want to know the truth. They don't want to, because the thing is, it's not like I wouldn't watch JLR because he goes places and he is live for 24 hours a day for 18 weeks. Like, he does what other YouTubers don't have the time to do. So
yes,
I will go and watch him. Like, yeah. Do I support who he is as a person or as a boyfriend? Like, I know that type. No. So, oh God, my camera.
I also feel like, I forgot what I was going to say. I'm coming out of a flare. I hurt my back really. I don't know what I did to my back, but this is the longest it's been. I'm starting to think maybe I grow cysts on my spine, and I'm starting to think maybe I grew one. But like, I'm coming out of a flare, and one of the things, I forget words. So
it's all right. No problem.
But I'm just saying that's what's happening.
I'm ADHD. I can barely get a sentence out. That's so funny. Yeah, so this was very eye-opening, and the fact that there is another ranch closer to over in Michigan that these kids are being violated, and it's not just a Zorro Ranch, it's not just elite. This is the thing; it's more eye-opening that the elites are the ones being. I've always thought to myself, why isn't child rape prosecuted harder? It's one of the things, like, you may as well just get a slap on the wrist, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what happens. You get a slap on the wrist. I don't know what's wrong. I'm going to turn my camera off.
I just always thought, though, that if a child, I don't know, like I remember I worked at this my last job that well no, it was my second to last job, but I was working as a women's social worker, and I was also working for my CAC, and the secretary had jury duty, and she got called for this case where this little girl was being raped by her dad, and like they put her on the stand, and like the secretary was the holdout, and she was saying that like she believed the girl, and like they were just, but she finally caved, and I can't imagine how, like, I could never do something like that.
Right.
If I believed a child was being harmed in that way, even if people were pressuring me to say or think another way, I just couldn't do it.
Right. I agree. I'm big on if you see something, say something, and especially when it comes to kids. Like Rainey just had a good point. She said there's also two sides to every story. He has a history of stuff, so you have to go on that too. I'm not condoning the actions he's accused of, but I need more info. If you TB saga, you know why. Yeah, no, I agree with you. There's two sides to every story, but I'm big on like until there's like with kids, I'll always believe a child. I'll always believe a child.
Well, what's the two sides of a story that people are saying he put his hands on his girlfriend right in front of them? I mean, what's the other side?
Apparently he beat her. Like,
okay, so what's the other side? What could the other side be?
That she's lying.
But people witnessed it with their eyes. Like, this is like what's happening with the Epstein Files. People are saying, prove it. Well, damn it. Why do I have to go into the Epstein file, first of all, to prove it? But anyway, that's beside the point. But like, so you could prove it, and then people will still be like, that's not.
He just pushed her.
Yeah.
Right.
So I don't know. I guess I'd have to see what happened. Was it filmed?
I'm not entirely sure. I just found out about it. One of my viewers messaged me, and then I kind of did before I came on here with you. I was looking at it. The thing is too is like you have to think of like people's pasts and like what it's not like his first accusation. So it's like, are people just jumping on a bandwagon? Supposedly there was several eyewitnesses to it.
Has he made a statement? Let's see.
No, he fled. He's on the run.
Okay.
Yeah, he fled. So I mean that's not a good look either, right? Like I don't know him. I'm not a JLR fan, and if you are, I don't judge you. Like whoever, like I said, I've watched him like, with the Guthrie stuff. It's not that I'm not going to watch him, but I also don't want to make some
because he's live right now.
He fled out of Arizona, I believe.
Hold on, he's live right now.
Is he?
Yeah.
Now, there is one exception that my daughter will always call after he gets back.
Oh my God, is that Magnolia?
I don't know.
And make sure, Mom, did you get in the house? Mom, did you lock the doors?
Let's take it to the start and see.
Yeah, let's see.
And we are live. Come on in, folks. Nancy Guthrie discussion day.
Is Magnolia his girlfriend?
Magnolia is the one that said that she was beaten by him. Yes.
Who in the heck is this guy? JLR investigates. Come on in. Come on in. I see a lot of people in the chat.
A lot of times women will walk that stuff back too.
Yep, they sure
might
will.
be saying that didn't happen.
Going on around.
I had an ex-boyfriend that put his hands on me right, left, and sideways, and he would get arrested, and I'd feel so guilty that I would go down to the police, I'd go down and get him out because I didn't want him to go to jail because I had a responsibility. Like I felt like I had a responsibility to keep him safe, even though I was his target. And so people loved him. People thought he was just such a nice kid. And so I don't take sides, but I also don't take a side because I'm wearing blinders either. So that's how I feel about that, you know?
Well, I mean, I've worked at 2 domestic shelters as a social worker. So, and though I've worked in a few different, like I've worked with disabled people, I've worked with foster care, and I've worked with, domestic, and the domestic was the most dangerous. It was the only one where I had a gun pulled or a pew pew pulled on me. And so it's very dangerous, and it's very dangerous because the women will flip on you and defend them. So, and I'm not saying it happened, but let's see what's happening here.
Yeah, let's do it.
Around the neighborhood of Nancy Guthrie, it looks like authorities are back out in the neighborhood, canvassing the neighborhood, possibly looking for someone that might be from the Catalina Foothills neighborhood. I started out with this surveillance footage. Do you recognize this guy right here? Do you recognize the perp? We're going to continue to have a discussion. I got some people coming up in the chat. If you want to come in the chat, you're more than welcome to come in. I'll put my email here. We want to hear from you and hear what you have to say. Good morning. Good morning. Another day. And it appears someone in the neighborhood is taking down all of the Nancy Guthrie signs that are in front of her house. They're all like by her mailbox, all gone, and they're put in the trash. So I don't know. I don't know.
I was just looking over here, and it doesn't look like anybody's saying anything either.
Right. It has like that gem effect, you know?
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah. You know,
what's going on? I don't know if the neighbors finally.
Sorry, what?
No, I was gonna say he had charges against him for pretending to be the Sandy Hook family members calling into play. Like he's just not that mentally sound as a human being. So if there's pictures of her abused and there's people saying that they saw her with their own two eyes, I'm not sure how there's any.
Yeah, I don't know what could be the other side of that.
Yeah, and even if she does walk it back, doesn't mean she didn't mean it didn't happen, because I've been that girl that went to the courts and was like, no, all's fine here. I don't want to go to jail, you know?
Yeah.
Really want people to get out of there, or they don't want this case to be talked about anymore. But we're going to
want to get to the point to whoever comes on there.
I wish there was like timestamps.
Sheriff is very adamant that she was taken out of her bedroom, kidnapped. Savannah echoed that too. Who in the heck is involved here? Here's the last two people that were with Nancy. A lot of people have a lot to say about them. The sheriff has cleared Annie and Tommaso. The sheriff has cleared them of any involvement whatsoever in the disappearance of Nancy. So we're going to have this conversation going on. By the way, the feds were at the Embassy Suites on Skyline and Campbell. That's an area up there where the CVS is and Starbucks and a bunch of businesses. And they were there recently. I can't get an actual date, but I think it was within the last week. FBI agents at the Embassy Suites on Skyline and Campbell. That has been confirmed to me. So it kind of echoes what other people have been saying about this case in reference to, the FBI authorities, Pima County Sheriff deputies, Sheriff's Department in that area of Skyline and Campbell up there. We spoke to numerous residents that live along Campbell, said at one point the FBI was canvassing their neighborhoods, asking them all for surveillance, whatnot. Met somebody the other day at a restaurant who works in a business there in that shopping plaza there across the street from the Starbucks and the CVS and that little shopping center there. Said FBI was there asking for surveillance. I don't know. I don't know what to think of it. Or maybe they're just going at all angles because they were to the south, to the north, to the east, to the west. They were everywhere when it came to this case. Good morning. Come on in. Let's bring Nancy home. I got somebody up in the chat. I got a first person up in the chat wants to talk about an Operation Escalating Switch, which it looks like it's part of a vehicle theft.
Kim, when did he take the caller? Was it on this live or was it a different one? Because Rainey says he took a caller and that person tried asking him about it, but he said for legal reasons he can't talk about it.
Right.
Okay, Jan.
It didn't happen in Arizona. He didn't flee. Oh, see, I had heard that. Okay, so it didn't happen in Arizona. He didn't flee from Arizona. He did flee from somewhere, maybe the scene.
I'm just being nosy too about it.
Yeah. It's just one of those things. I mean, I know several YouTubers that this happens. People with blind fucking loyalty. Sorry. blind loyalty, and they're unable to look at the facts of like the real situation. Like, I'm not friends with him. It doesn't bother me one way or another. It's just I don't have any connection to him, and if he did do that, shame on him.
Yeah, really, shame on him if he did.
Shame on him.
And if he didn't, oh wow, like, okay, then
Right,
good. I'm glad he didn't do it.
Right,
But I don't
yeah.
know. I'm just like curious. I'm a nosy girl.
Same.
Ring in Phoenix, Arizona area, because there's some talk, that the perp in this case could be a migrant burglary ring. It could be some sort of ring that this person is involved with, not necessarily just a single person.
Ooh, I bet you it's going to turn out to be a migrant I can't say that word, ring. And because I believe they're trying to connect it to a border issue.
Yeah, honey, that is a great assessment. Yes. Burglary. Yeah, it's not easy.
I can't say it. I really can't. Burglary. There.
I'm like that with compartmentalize. I have a really hard time with that word.
What?
The word compartmentalize.
Oh,
I have a hard time with that word.
I just can't say. But if I say it enough times, then I'll be able to. So that's a word I can't say. That if I want to say it enough, I'll just have to walk around the house saying it all day long. And then I'll be able to say it. It's weird. My brain is weird. But compartmentalize, I guess, because the M with the just certain words put together. Letters, I mean.
Working with a ring of people that do crime, though I'm not so sure about that. Megyn Kelly actually had a broadcast. She had a broadcast yesterday talking about the South American theft groups that we've talked about on the channel. Let me get up Crisps up in the chat. Good morning, sir.
Hey, how's it going, JLR?
It's going great. Thanks for coming in. You're the first person up this morning. You sent me information about Operation Escalating Switch.
Yeah, I came upon it using AI and using different searches. What's odd is the main guy, he seemed to get away when you look at it. They arrested 3 people and they're out on bond. But the mastermind, they believed he went back to Mexico. This guy was known to use bite lights. He moved potted plants to block cameras. He used a lot of tricky Wi-Fi jamming and the same type of disguise that was at Nancy's. And when you compare it, it's very, very close.
So you're saying it's the same MO that these people did with Operation Escalating Switch, or this operation of stealing what vehicles, or what are they taking?
They were stealing vehicles, and the one guy was swapping the VIN because he worked at the DMV, and they were renting him out. But the mastermind got away. The cops never caught him. And when you look into it, it's really fishy because all of his MO tactics are the same that were used at Nancy's, if the Wi-Fi jamming stuff is true.
Okay, so Kim says it's this live. Sorry, the little bird has emerged from the shower, so you're going to hear him.
I love that. I love he loves the shower. I can't. I just want to squish him.
I think he's hormonal or something. He's been really weird. Like before he went into the shower, I was a little worried about him.
So funny.
Okay.
I was here. FBI was at the Hampton Inn by Rudisell, pretty much across here, which is also echoed and went Roller Coaster Road, or if they were Roller Coaster Road. We got somebody in the chat that wants to talk. I'm gonna bring Kira into the chat. Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. What's on your mind? Where you from?
I'm from your area, Philly.
Oh, yeah, it's where I'm originally from.
Mm-hmm.
How are you?
I'm good. So I've been trying to reach you. I realized I was emailing the wrong email address. So now I finally got you. So now I'm just going to go from the top. I feel like we all need to go back to the beginning of this whole case, because we already know that Nanos dropped the ball from the beginning. So I don't know where I heard this information or if it's a rumor or whatever, but when I first heard about the case, I heard that it was a family dispute at first about money. Like it was some financial issue.
I thought for sure she was going to ask that straight off the button.
Yeah, me too.
I was like, come on, girl, ask. But damn it.
Do it.
So when people say, "Oh, family is ruled out," I don't think it has nothing to do with the family. I feel like that's when the issue originally had started. It was a money issue going on within the family. Now I don't know if that was a rumor or that was fact, but that's what I heard when the case first started. So I'm gonna start there. When I look
Yeah,
at
I had
the-
heard that they did that, and they also had that hatch on the island, and they just dropped the bodies into the ocean.
Right. Yep.
And
she's right. The ranch was in New Mexico, not Colorado.
Yeah. And Ghislaine also was a submarine driver. She drove submarines. Yeah, she drove submarines. So
That's
how they
wild.
I know. I thought you were gonna say that's a lie. I'm like,
yeah, well, that's wild.
You're a liar. I swear that's what I thought you were about to say.
That's just wild.
Because any other time it would seem wild. She's a submarine driver too. And she drove and she flew airplanes. So
case from the beginning, I feel like you have to look at who would have the most to gain. Nancy is not the richest person that's in that area. It's other people that have things.
Kim, is this the woman that says it? Because I haven't been. Have you been following the Nancy Guthrie case too much?
I have. I was following it a lot more, and then they closed the case, and then the only person there was nothing else going on. I have followed it. I find it absolutely bizarre, and I find the connection to Epstein Files coming out a little too precious.
I've been following it just for the Epstein portion of it and the fact that I think it's a psyop. So
me too.
But I haven't I wouldn't say I'm somebody that could bring you the updates on it or anything.
Right. Savannah Guthrie is actually one of the people that were interviewing the victims of the ex monarch there and Epstein and whatnot. And also Savannah Guthrie's husband has connections to Epstein. They are independently wealthy, aside from her being a public figure. And so I have a lot of questions when it comes to Epstein and this going on. And then you had this happen, and then the Iran war kicked off as well when more files were being dropped. So I question everything, right?
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I feel like the new, like it used to be gaslighting was the new word, the word of the hour. And now I feel like pattern recognition. Everyone's like talking about pattern recognition. That's the new buzzword. And but it is true, like recognizing patterns is a thing.
It is. Yep.
No. Gigi, I gotta let you go. I got a lot of people in the pipeline.
Hello,
Nice
good
chatting
talking
with you.
All right, stay well.
You too. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
That's our friend Gigi. Very animated. CJ up in the mix. Welcome aboard. Are you there?
Yes, I am.
Very animated. She didn't seem animated to me. That was our good friend Gigi. She was a little too animated for us. I'm not going to say the other thought that I had in my mind, because it has to do with skin tone. And she's just a little too animated for JLR.
Yeah. Oh my God, that made me laugh.
Sorry to keep you waiting. A lot of people chatting, but I appreciate you stopping by. We got Laguna Berry and Trina in the pipeline here, so stand by, Laguna Berry and Trina. What's going on, CJ? Where are you from?
I am from Wisconsin.
Wisconsin. What's on your mind?
Well, I called in yesterday and I spoke to you about a pacemaker spike. I think you would remember that.
Yeah.
Okay. So after you got off your live stream.
So it was a guy who asked it? I thought you said it was a woman. Did I misread it? Oh, well, I don't know. This is obviously a girl. And that's a girl.
Right.
Any sense? I mean, he could have done it any time. He was close by.
Oh, that sounds
I
like
feel
you.
that doesn't make any. It doesn't make
Is that you?
sense.
Because everyone knows the last person to be with somebody is the one that's going to.
That actually sounds like Kim. Hold on a second. Did you call in?
That's just, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, he could have done it any time. He was close by. Like, that doesn't make any.
What an adorable accent.
Everyone knows the last person to be with somebody is the one that's going to get the.
Oh,
the
not
heat
you?
Right.
Until proven otherwise.
And the other thing I wanted to say was that
like your little Tennessee accent, Kim.
Aw.
Okay. Well, I don't see any.
I'm
guys.
surprised it wasn't in the beginning. People weren't trying to get the tea early, you know?
Yeah, maybe it was this. Oh, anyway.
So, can I ask the chat may know better than us. I don't know if you know, Aim. Is Magnolia the woman? Is she independently a YouTuber aside from? I can only call into your show. She said, "Is she independently a YouTuber, or is she on the coattails of? Is she known because of JLR?"
I think she's a YouTuber, but I think she's not as big. She's known because they're together, but I think they were both YouTubers and that. But don't quote me on that. Maybe the chat knows better.
Yeah, okay.
Because I don't watch them all that much, and I've only watched her a few times.
Yeah, I remember her back in the day, like years ago, when her and Bullhorn Betty were going at it. Yeah.
Were they?
No, she just wanted JLR's show, from what I understand. Okay, she's just on JLR's show. Okay, so she was just the prize girlfriend. She was the. We all know those, Rainey, right? Yeah. Okay. That tracks. Right.
So what do you think about JonBenet Ramsey? So part 2 on Sunday or Saturday?
Yes, so I'm talking to Frank right now. He said he can't do Sunday, but potentially on Wednesday morning if you want to do Wednesday.
Okay, Wednesday morning. It's good for me.
Sounds
Just
like a plan
let me
for me.
know. Yeah, and if you want me to do if you want me to put it together, or if you want to, just let me know.
For
You want
sure.
me to
Yeah,
do
that'd be
the
great.
graphics and stuff? I can do it.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. And I'll kind of like fine tune the time, and he said Wednesday, but I'll fine tune the time and contact you, and we can do it. I think it'd be super interesting. He is a wealth of knowledge about all of this stuff.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So I'll just do the graphics, and I'll leave like the meat and potatoes to you guys to
perfect
teach us, because I really
That
want to
sounds
know more
awesome.
about it.
Me
'Cause
too.
John is really creeping me out, allegedly, for entertainment purposes only.
You know, I was giving, allegedly. No, this isn't even allegedly. I used to give Trisha a really hard time about her attacking him and this and that. But like, I think that independently, aside from his daughter, his hands aren't clean. If you know what I'm saying, he's too connected.
I would have said
Allegedly.
allegedly. Up until the Epstein Files, I would have probably said that. Like, I don't know. I think he might be involved some, I don't know. But now, like with the Epstein Files, I don't even know if his hands are clean. Like, I don't not like in the fact that I don't think he unalived her, but I don't know what he was doing to her.
Right. And the thing is too, is like, he might not have been doing anything to her physically, but I think he knew was. I think that, a sacrificial lamb, in my opinion, allegedly. Hey, Crusha.
Yeah, Crusha says totally unclean.
Totally unclean. Yeah, perverted. And the wife there, I don't think her hands are clean either.
No, but she's gone. But I think Burke is like. So I saw somebody thought that he did it. I never have thought that he did it.
No,
so
I think that he's a victim.
Yeah, because Burke was displaying signs of like. Kids don't play with their feces unless they're
right.
And somebody said that's not true, but in my experience, it is, unless something has horribly gone wrong in their life. And he was definitely doing that.
Right. And kids that are, 5-6 years old don't know what sexual things are. At that age, you're usually innocent. And if kids are, touching themselves and things like that, that's usually a poor sign of abuse, in my opinion. So,
did you ever,
there's a lot going on.
Did you ever dig into the fact that she went to the doctors? I had been reading that she had been going to the doctors for a lot of stuff.
Yeah, she was having girly issues that 6-year-old girls should not be having issues from. And she also was getting sent to a specific pediatrician, kind of like Epstein has these doctors on call that would treat the STDs and things like that these girls were getting. And it was a specific pediatrician. JonBenet also had a specific pediatrician that she was sent to. And actually, this specific pediatrician that JonBenet was sent to is the person that gave the mother all that anxiety medicine the day that she was found in the basement. She didn't go to like the ER or something. This pediatrician's the one that gave her the Klonopins or whatever she took. So there's so much there, Amy, that we could probably have content talking about this for ages. Like
Well,
there's
there's
just so much there.
so much privilege that happened
Yeah.
that would not have, like, if that were like just a poor family or a family of even a different color, those parents would not have been free like that.
Yeah. Right. Absolutely. If it was just some middle-aged family in middle America, they would have been pinned to the wall. But because he was who he was and knew who he knew, and so did this mother, the kids are, this is the thing. And in that society and that upper echelon of like the elites, kids are disposable.
Yes.
To them, and they're used for pleasure and torment and control and all of this stuff. So at this point, with everything that I know, I side eye all of these people. Erica Kirk, exactly. Crusha. Yes, we have to have a stream on Erica Kirk because your girl has to get it all out.
Oh,
She's another one.
Yes, Erica Kirk for sure. I've been.
Oh my God, she was working procuring women apparently.
Yes.
What? And then the lies, the upon lies with that woman. She's just like her mother, and her mother is tied to Epstein.
Oh, is there? I don't know her mother, so that'll be very informative. Okay, we're just gonna have to schedule a bunch of things. We're just gonna have to, and we'll get some panels to go on. We'll get Crusha and ATS News, Amber, if you want to pop in. I know with the Gypsy Rose Blanchard, we've got the other Amber Into the Weeds. All of you guys are invited. Difficult ATS, if you guys want to come on the panels on any of them. So, but yeah, let's just get it together and just start getting this stuff out, because I needed some time to digest it, but now I'm at where I've just got to purge it out. You're right.
Yes, I think that would be wonderful, and those women will have so much good to add to us. What did she say? Jono, my little cousin, won Miss Louisiana and completed Miss America competition 2016-17. My cousin met Erica. Oh my goodness gracious. Crusher, let's do it. ATS, Amber and Amber.
Amber and Amber.
Amber and Amber.
And Amy and Amy and Crusha. Crusha's got the original name.
I love it. Yes.
I love it too. Amy, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
I'm so glad we're becoming friends.
I love this. I love it. And we'll have so much to talk about, and everyone, and we'll get it all out there with our own thoughts.
Yes. Okay. All right, girly. All right. I will see you next time. All right.
Yes. Thank you. Bye, guys.
Bye. Okay, guys, tell me what you think. I just think like there's too much smoke with this. If not just, I think there's fire. I think the smoke has turned into fire. So, and I urge you guys to make sure you share this out. Let people know that, there's a group of women creators over on YouTube that are talking about the Epstein Files. Men are certainly welcome too, but right now it's just women. So, and let me know what you think about the Epstein Files, the JonBenet Ramsey case, also the Gypsy Rose Blanchard, because she's a PDF. I mean, I guess I'm eventually going to try it. I'm sure she's somehow mixed in the Epstein Files. I just know it. But anyway, allegedly for entertainment purposes only. But I'm going to head out. Thank you, Amy, for being here. Thank you, Kim, for being the best mod. And thank you to all of Amy's mods for moderating over there. Hi to everyone. So good to be back. If nobody's told you this today, and even if they have, I do not care. I'm still going to tell you guys that I really, really love and appreciate you guys so, so much. And I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.
Miss McHugh, but I had you for that day. Here in the blue, I'm falling deep into you.
Be sure to give this live a thumbs up. Helps me go out into the algorithm party out there. Bring more people back to the party. It's just a free way to help me out.